YouTube Valley community, Beach Boys fans, random people on the internet, my name is Giggens and welcome to List Monday. List Monday, as you've been watching, is a series of videos that come out on a Monday and it's a list. So it's a list and they come out on Monday. This particular list is my favorite Beach Boys B-sides of the 60s, top 5 favorite Beach Boys B-sides of the 60s. Coming in at number 5 is You're Welcome, actually a unique B-side. Most of their B-sides throughout their career has always been a song from a different album, which is kind of standard par for the course for a lot of groups. But this December 1966 recording showed up on the July 1967 Heroes and Villains single, and it's such a unique, bizarre little track, just repeating the phrase, "You're welcome," over and over again. It just builds up from very, very quiet to kind of a loud, echoey, reverby chamber. It's simple, it's effective, it's extremely memorable, and it really says something about the Beach Boys, and Brian in particular with his writing style, that you don't need a lot of words, you don't need a lot of chords to say something and make something really catchy. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Done. Easy. Love that song. At number 4, from the November 1965 single, The Little Girl I Once Knew, the B-side, There's No Other Like My Baby, from the Party album. This is one of my favorite Beach Boys songs of all time. I love the camaraderie on this one. The harmonizing is wonderful. The unified spirit of like just enjoying performing this really sweet ballad is really special. And particularly paired up with Little Girl I Once Knew, it's a killer A and B side. I mean, Little Girl I Once Knew is obviously one of my favorite Beach Boys songs as well. That's such a weird little song. And for a single that unfortunately just didn't go anywhere because radio DJs heard that A side and they heard the breaks in between parts of the song and thought the song was over. And anytime you have silence on the radio, that's radio death. And so people would have changed the channel thinking their station dropped. So that song went nowhere, but I love that song. And the B-side's wonderful. So having those two songs paired together, that's a single you should pick up. At number 3, from the February 1965 Do You Want to Dance single, is Please Let Me Wonder, which is unreal that this is a B-side. This would end up coming out on the Beach Boys Today album a few months later, but for those who heard it for the first time, you play the super exciting Do You Want to Dance, Denny's doing his lead vocal thing, everyone's having a good time, everyone's dancing and grooving, having fun, super cool. Flip that thing over, and like, whoa, this is a really deep, introspective song about learning and yearning and self-discovery and figuring out what's going on during these really crazy changing times and really understanding oneself. It's a heavy song, and then as you're understanding that self, you're hoping the person you're closest to kind of accepts either the changes you're going through or what you might go through or what you're processing as you're learning. It's a heavy concept to be yourself and hope somebody accepts that. At number 2, from the May 1964 single for I Get Around, the B-side, Don't Worry Baby. I mean, this is basically a double A side. Let's just be honest here. Don't Worry Baby is beautiful, it's simple, it's dramatic, it's youthful, it's poppy, the harmonies are just from the flippin' heavens. They just absolutely nail it. This one is really, really special. And a lot has been said about this song, so I'm not going to jump too deep into the rest of how I feel about this track, but it's special, it's perfect. So Don't Worry Baby. And at number 1, from the July 1966 Wouldn't It Be Nice single, the B-side is God Only Knows. And again, pretty much double A-side status here. God Only Knows is probably one of the best Beach Boys songs ever, arguably, I would say. Carl's lead vocal on it is one of the best things he's ever sung. It's one of the most beautiful songs in the world. And it's also got some of the most curious lyrics because if you compare, I might not always love you, but as long as there's stars above you, you'll never need to doubt it. It's like, putting the impossible out there because it's not going to happen. So I was like, I may not always love you, but it's like, no, I'm obviously going to love you. It's a little bit of lyrical wordplay here and there. The music is absolutely insane. That middle bridge part, dun, 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 dun. How do you write that? How do you throw that into the middle of a pop song? Obviously, the whole Pet Sounds record is just mind-blowingly incredible. But knowing that this was on the radio and people hearing this for the first time must have been like, whoa. These are the guys that only a couple of years ago put out like Little Deuce Coupe. What's this? What is this magic? It's one of the most beautiful songs ever written. And yeah, I think in my opinion, as of right now, ask me 10 minutes from now, but as of right now, this is my number one B-side by the Beach Boys in the 60s. There you go. What are your top five favorite B-sides by the Beach Boys in the 60s? And when I say Beach Boys B-sides, I'm only referencing the American discs. I'm not super familiar with their B-sides across the world. So if you're from a different country, let me know what your favorites are from your respective country. I would love to learn more about that. But as far as America goes, that's what I would do for right now. Again, ask me in 10 minutes, I might have a whole different list, but a lot of these would still be on there. So yeah, that's it. My name is Giggens. This has been List Monday. List Monday. It's a list. It's a list video that I do that comes out on Mondays. So if you're watching this on a Wednesday, that's cool, but I put it out on a Monday. It's List Monday. Let me know your list in the comments below. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with. And we'll chat about some Beach Boys. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.